Well, you were right. You were right, Brum. The curse lasted just like for 3 games. Let this battle be a testament of your prowess skill, right? Hello. Welcome to the stream. Have you ever seen or even thought of the combo? Oh my bro. Who else would try it if not me, right? I'm showing it one time. That is how you win games right now. How are you doing there? This dude will have nightmares today. That was not even close, right? Top 100. So today we're playing this deck, which is a new edition of a BFU Menagerie DK, which is kind of like the best performing deck right now on ladder. According to the win rate, it has like about like 58% win rate so far, 57.2 in more than 20,000 games that people played with it. The addition of it is really pretty, pretty solid so far. You have a Dreamplanner Zephrys for you to actually reach the pace a little more consistent. You have a Corpsicle here to, continue actually hitting the pace each turn. You have a Liza plus a Ghoul's Knight here, a combo that was introduced like before in like 3 months ago or something. Or even like longer so far. The idea here is that you buff +1 attack to all the minions, and the Ghoul's Knight here deals 10 damage into someone's face potentially. So the overall idea of the deck is just to like be as aggressive as possible, find as many reach for the opponent's face as possible, and obviously you still have like a menagerie scene going on for you if you summon a lot of minions so far, like early now. You buff them out. Like Horizon's Edge is another way for you to find damage. So as far as it is, like the deck is really aggressive, and like as an overall idea is pretty solid so far. And we played a Menagerie before, but this edition is kind of like a rainbow, and we played something like a BEU or something like this. So as far as it is right now, let's jump right in. Oh, against a paladin though. Okay. Nice skin actually. Creation of Madness kind of fine here. For us to actually have like turn 2, turn 3 potentially. Liza, early enough though. That's pretty solid. Unfortunately we don't really have like an early aggression here, but it's fine. Let's see what is up, Brum. Oh, now we have to do actually an Infested Breath. The drunk boy. Yeah, that's pretty good. That he didn't do the drunk singing on him. We can actually like do not an Infested. Well, I guess we're still doing an Infested here. Because if he has specifically, if he has specifically a drink, we might be in a huge trouble. Frost Strike might not actually clear, and that is not something I want here. Observer Misters, let's go. We kind of like want to slow him down. Oh, shit. Well, we'll see what he's up to. The one brew. Dude, you could actually like waste that. If that was a counterspell, bro, come on. If that was a counterspell, you could like waste it like big time. What is this zero care, zero care, zero respect? Oh my god. That's good. Let's just plays it out, because we might just like top deck a Ghoul's Knight at some point. Summon minions, Divine Brew, some damagey, Holy Glow Sticks. Oh my god, like, bro. Can you like slow down a little? He will have like 5/5s on turn 5, bro. Oh my god. Dude. Could you like not high roll me like this here? I'd really appreciate that stuff. Not sure what I want to do here. Probably like a Horizon session and Murmy. Let's hope to pop those things. Total pubs of saying, bruh. Oh my. An 8-8 on turn 4 and a sea shiny on turn 5, bruh, come on. Okay, let's not waste our time here. Well, that was fast though, at least, right? I guess sometimes we can just huddle. Well, what could we do? If we had like a turn 1, maybe it could be better. Because like if we had a Morbid Swarm, for example, we would like at least kill all those guys, and he still needed a minion to actually buff them out. And on turn 2, the whole board could be cleared. Well, actually we have Eliza. Maybe Ghost Knight is not like a really bad idea. I guess it's like too slow. We still need 1-drops. Like as far as I saw the last game, like a 1-drop is extremely important for us. You came with an aura of defeat? Well, yeah, probably so, bro. As always, right? When you're on my streams, bro, when you're on my streams, you always like to, you know, to see me lose, right? To see me lose. And here you came here, a long time no see, half a year without actually seeing you in the chat, and all of a sudden I started to lose, right? That's the best content you could hope for, bro. as in good old times, bro. All for you. It's gonna continue for 3 games. Well, we'll see, bro. Feeling a little better so far right now, considering like our hand here, but we'll see. That's a rock, you know. He can go off on like turn 2-3 with his city. Oh, that's a Menagerie rock or something, probably. With a creature here. So for us, we don't really need to attack, bro, right? Not a counter spell. That's pretty good. Let's do this for now. Oh, Iceberry is not like too bad. Oh, Iceberry is not too bad. That's health for him, right? That's kind of health. At least we got a Corpsicle here for us to continue hitting his face zone. Creature Madness, okay. It's not like too aggressive so far for him. Do we like play a Brittlebone just like for sequel? Okay. Okay, we have to kill it though. We have to kill it. As unfortunate as it is. Let's see what happens. Well, it's like trouble. Okay, killed it though, at least. At least we killed it, right? What do I want here? Let me see the Creature of Madness here first. +4/+5, Reborn. Well, Reborn is kind of fine. Divine Shield, Wind Fury. Well, if that is a Menagerie, it's just kind of like cool. But it, like, you know, the buff is pretty, like, you know, not really good. Okay, let's go with the Chiropractor here.
Time is against me.
Let's go with the Brittlebone. If that is a Menagerie, he might not have a response. Let's just, like, you know, let's see what happens here. Exologist. Okay, don't bind 2 damage or 3 damage from him. Would really appreciate that stuff. I guess he did find it. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, that's a nice resurrect, bro. Nice resurrect, bro. Dude, you can stop, like, you know, you can stop watching my stream right now. You got all the contents that you needed here, and it's fine. Bro, what is this high roll? What is this? How is it even like, oh my god, and the worst hit. Temperock. You saw Kalenta play it. Well, it was kind of like one of the best decks at some point. It's a Menagerie Rock with a bounce of that Cine, like this specific card. This card is kind of like broken as hell. It's like for a 2 cost, like you have a lot of bounces and just like, you know, spam a lot of like 2 cost minions, plus like with this Web Spinner Cine. It's a 4/4 for 2 mana, like potentially, and with a prep you can do it for free. And it's kind of like crazy strong so far. As you can see. Now we have to actually play a Dreamplanner Zephrys for control of the board, really. Creature of Madness into a Dreamplanner Zephrys. Like, how am I not surprised, bro? Spend a lot of mana. Dude, playing like this. And he'll probably still win. Like, he has even more utilities than I have, right? That's pretty solid to know.
Have you filled out the paperwork?
Quality, really new. Really new. Let's go with a Raptor. We kind of need something on the board zone. Something on the board, like, do we go for it? Try to kill a 2-1 here? I guess we do. Dude. That's your content right there. That's what you like to see, though. For me not hitting anything and for an opponent to actually hit everything so far, right? Hey Zebra. What is it?
Oh, have you filled out the paperwork?
Is it Cine? Well, yeah, that's a well played, bro. 100%. Oh well. So one more game, right? One more game. one more game of a luck like this. Let's see. Let's see, bro. Yeah, dude. Getting a legend is not like really hard. You just like, you know, have to just like play a little and understand like what the game is all about. Pick a fine deck with the best win rate, like, you know, to find it on like some websites, and you'll be fine. Well, I didn't want to waste any quality because he actually got huge minions from a Zeph. I was considering like what for example happens if he plays a Tyrion, for example, right? Next turn he has 7 mana and a coin. So what happens if he has like an 8 mana Tyrion, for example? He plays it out and I have like 0 anything to actually break it. And I was thinking about like actually saving inequalities there for this kind of thing, but you know, what happens, right? We're kind of like still losing too much, and like, you know, whatever. What is up? We can actually go for a Brittlebone here, right? He might not have a response for it. And Harbinger with a Reborn might be actually really good. Okay, that's pretty good for us. It's kind of like an imbue stuffy, right? Imbue stuffy. Do we trade here? I guess we do. I kind of want to trade to alive on the board, and we don't really have like a good continuation for Deathrail stuff, right? Inner Rain, Watering. Oh, that's not really strong. It's a 4/4, but you know, it's not like that crazy though. We can try an Observer of Mysteries here. How about that? Can try an Observer of Mysteries, and it's probably like our best turn here. Something like this should happen. There can be Explosive Runes. It's probably like cycles with the deck here a little. And let's see what happens. He'll probably not trade a 1/1 into a 1-string, considering that we could have actually a buff here. But now he knows that we don't. Now he knows that we don't have a buff, and he goes all out. Oh, he didn't attack though, really. He was kind of like concerned here a little, okay. Slight concern for him, okay. So what do we do? Like, we can remove a 5/5, like, at least, right? At least a 5/5 here. So let's do it. Let's remove that stuff. Harbinger is fine, but Marrow is a little better, so... Harbinger's fine. Okay, let's go for a 50-50 here, right? This win. Let's hope for a huge 50-50, and then we rolled it, right? That's pretty fine. He's there! Oh. Kind of like a lot of you. In the beginning of the day, though. What is up? What is up? Menagerie. I could actually switch that off. I'll do that for now. Spark of Life. Well, he probably goes for here, right? Okay, so that is a 6/6 now. And what do we do with that? Like, we have a few options, right? Have a few options. We can play Menagerie Jag, but it's kind of like a pity one, right? So they're like stuck in our hand, like without anything helpful so far. We can just like play it and destroy a 1/1. This one will be a 6/5. We can do a Frost Strike next turn, or maybe a Marrow. You know, feels nice. Marrow feels nice. But we can obviously like destroy 6/6 here. It's not like really bad. But we're not really like, it's kind of like a little inefficient with the mana, so let's go with a Menagerie Jag, like a pity one. It's fine. He'll attack 3/4 here, and we'll probably like destroy it next turn with a Marrow here, because we have like a fully charged mana, right? Okay, well, not that easy anymore. But at least we have like a 3 damage, but he'll spawn another one, right? Mark of the Wild, dude, he's going off like crazy though. Needed Golem, okay. I think we have to, like, you know, we have to start getting on the board. Marrow by itself is just, like, not an option. Oh, maybe it is, maybe. Well, if all the hits actually hit minions, we're kind of, like, good here. He might just, like, run out of options and just, like, summon one minion at a turn, and we'll just, like, spam the board and just, like, hit hard. I guess that's what should happen. Just hit minions, no face. Oh, that's pretty good. We're living a jug here, and because you know this is not a problem for us to deal with, by the way, right now. Cosmic Phenomenon, okay. That's strong. Ghost Phase, they're carrying the World Zone, okay. Well, we need some help. We need a Dreamplanner Zephrys, we need a Horizon Saches. Not really that bad though. Not really that bad. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Need some hits. That's a pretty good hit. Probably need another like Reha here. Let's probably destroy this while we still can. Let's do something like this. I hope to kill it 2-1. That's pretty nice. Okay, so far it's kind of like Burble, right? But you know, we have a curse here. We have a curse for 3 games. Let's see if that if that applies so far. Enemy here. Oh my, dude, such a confidence though. Wind Fury for 16 damage. Do you really have a lethal right away? What is this curse, bruh? What is this curse you brought here, bruh? What is this? What is that thing? Exactly 5 mana for that stuff. What is up here? I'm not sure. You have anything to say about it, bro? Solitude, come on. I want to see, like, you know, I want to read an explanation here. What did you just do? Okay. Another temporal probably, or something like this. So yeah, it's probably a menagerie, another one. Well, you came here for the content. At least that happened for you. Okay, Harbinger is here, and Dreadhound is probably here too. Oh, that's a pretty good start. But like, depends on if you can deal with this. Duristica. Well, sometimes that happens, bro. Oh my, come on, give me a 1-drop zone. Against the rock, like, we find out that against the rock we need a 1-drop, right? But this was just like too, you know, too juicy to pass, unfortunately. Brittlebone Buccaneer, let's go, let's hope for him. Oh, that's a Starship Rogue, really? Haven't seen this one in a while. Starship Rogue, really now? At least he can, like, you know, get on the board zone. At least that happens for him, right?
This ship would fall apart without me.
Okay, well, that's at 3-2. Well, let's hope for him not to roll a rush minion, right? Well, we have to do a Dreadhound here, just like to protect our Brittlebone here, because we still have like a Harbinger Raptor. That's a pretty strong move so far right now for us, but we need a good continuation. Maybe we'll still have to like protect that stuff. Try the hand buff DK, really good in this meta. Well, I didn't like. I still on my way to actually try hand buff DK. How do I say it? On my way, me. Soulbone Spire. Okay, well that's you know. Ultra Capacitor. Well, he tries to grasp the board here by any means possible, right? By any means possible, and we have to just like do Horizon's Edge just to secure our spot here. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's go. Kill both, please. I kind of think we need a Horizon's Edge just to, like, you know, protect a Brittlebone a little longer. Just a little. Nightmare Lord Savage, okay. Just a little longer. We have a really good turn 5 here with a Harbinger and oh my god. By the way, the Observer missed it as well. Like, we have a Menagerie Jack here. That's an Undead Beast and that's an Undead Pirate. Well, we can kind of like do it next turn, right? So we're fine here, fine. So we can like play this for now. Let's see where this lands. If we have to like press a hero power here. Let's try to kill it though. If we cannot like kill it, we have to press a hero power here. Okay, we got it. Okay, that's fine. Now that's much better. Oh my god. Explosive Fruits. Well, Explosive Fruits is kind of like Protective though, at least. But I was actually hoping for a counter spell here. Like, as weird as it is. Solid stuff. Nice. Okay. So we have to play Menagerie Jack here, obviously. And probably a Mosquito. Let's see where this lands, right? It will probably buff a demon here. Do we go for a Mosquito here? Do we go for a Mosquito here? Or not? Actually a nice question though. Do you like sacrifice a minion to get a Mosquito out? I actually think we have to. I actually think this is a lot better. We're losing a little damage this way. But you know, have to do it right now. Because from this guy right there, we might just like, you know, draw a Corpsicle, and that might be just like exactly enough for us to actually finish him off. Sashi piece, okay. He didn't have a lifesteal here, right? As far as I remember. No, okay. Didn't have a lifesteal, so Horizon Edge. Oh my god, another junk. Another junk. But Horizon Edge is just like so juicy, you know. In case he actually, like, you know, rolls like crazy here. Have a hero power. As this is for now. Slightly unfortunate, slight inconvenience out there, but you know, it is what it is. It goes here. Well, it's pretty sweet. Well, you were right. You were right, Brum. The curse lasted just like for 3 games. The curse lasted for just 3 games, Brum. How do you know that? Like, each time you actually come to a streamer, they lose 3 games in a row? How do you, like, you know, how do you find out what will happen as soon as you, like, enter a stream here? I'm guessing, like, you're on Twitch too much, like, you know, to know stuff like this, bro. Well, Mosquito is out there, right? Mosquito is out there, and it's at least like a 1-drop. At least that is like a 1-drop here. Well, that's something. Creature of Madness, Harbinger. Good enough, good enough. But he goes first, he might just, like, you know, summon some stuff. If you don't really top deck something like a Frost Strike, we might be in a huge trouble. Okay, he doesn't go for it. Oh, that's pretty good. Here's a Frost Strike, like, specifically, you know? That's, you know, it's not luck when you call it, right? Draw a dragon, so that's a Nimbu, right? That's a Nimbu boy right there. Like, do we care? Like, he kills a Mosquito, so what, like, right? Kills the mosquitoes, like, so what? Oh. Oh. Okay, okay, I see what you're doing there. Let's try to be aggressive a little here. This is like the most we could ask for from a Mosquito here, as a 1-drop. Okay, that is that's a nice top deck, bro. That is, you know, that is not something I called for, so. We can go for Hero Power plus Restless. It's not too bad, I mean. And plus it's kind of like a little mana efficient. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Well, Treacherous is, you know, is juicy, but Observer Mystery is kind of like fits in our deck archetype here. But like, what do we have for a turn 4? Harbinger of Winter plus a Frost Strike potentially. He'll probably play something, right? He'll probably play something, but the worst case scenario is he has like a 3-4 here. Like a 3-4 dragon. And that might be like a problem, because that's an imbue and all that good stuff. Treasures kind of like deals with that. Plus we can like, what can we get from it? Well, let's try that out. Let's go for the memes, whatever. Whatever, bro. Enforce. Really? I don't really have anything to play? That's weird. That's all weird. Oh my god. Well, you know, this is fine, but not too much. This is kind of fine too. Well, considering like what we're playing, getting Mukla is kind of like a pick here, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is you know, that is a pick. Not a draw a dragon, bro. Well, at least we have a good turn. Well, not really. Let's do this for now. Eliza. Oh, well, this is kind of fine. This is like, you know, this is decent. Let's go for King Mokla here. Do we like skip the damage here, just like to have a 2-1 on the board? I guess we do. Mystery damage, but you know, it's a trade I want to like, you know, have in here. Couple of bananas for him. Well, he has dragons. I'm not sure like why not he play those. Maybe that is kind of like a weird addition of a tree paladin. He's out of consecration, so he has like an equality right now. Imbue. I'm not sure like what is that stuff. I'm not sure what is that stuff though. So we have to like, you know, start playing spells, I would say. Random enemies, random enemies, right? Let's kill this one. This way. Kind of have a couple more Corpsicles here to reach out. And we have like a full born. Like if he has a quality consecration, you know, it's painful, but at least like we'll play a couple of Corpsicles here. Well, this is annoying though. This is extremely annoying. But I can deal with that, right? But I can certainly deal with that. We just gain corpses like this, go space. Fine enough. So it's a lethal next turn. A lethal next turn. Ursol, 0 cares in the world. Well, that was actually my feeling of a tree paladin, bro. No, Renew in Flames. Well, that is strong, by the way. Renew in Flames is strong, though. 5 damage to the lowest health enemy, not a creature. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay, let's do this for now. Let's go face as much as possible here. And probably let's do a Harbinger. Another Frost Strike, while we still can. Like, we have to be aggressive here, unfortunately. Oh my. Forgot about that Cine. Could actually be a problem. How much damage does he have? So, ooh, he has lethal, right? Oops. Shh. Maybe he'll miss it. He's thinking too much. Maybe he'll find it though. thinking too much. Well, we'll see. Overconfidence might just, like, you know, play the trick for him. Righteous, okay. Another draw. Okay. Quality, fine. Oh really? You just, like, you know, top deck and consecrate to find the lethal? Fuck. Okay, fine, bro. A random lethal by him, and he was like, oh my god, I really have a lethal here? Just attack in the face. Oh my god. Oh boy, this game. Bro. Those flames though, actually a cool spell. How much does it cost? Like, he made it in Orem. That's kind of like a good survivability stuff. He was low as hell. We kind of like... He was at 4 HP, right? 4 HP. And went out of a lethal range, like, instantly as soon as he actually played it out. That's strong. Frost Strike? Like, it kind of like works only if that is a menagerie. If that is a menagerie. If that is a cleave die, Frost Strike is kind of like a waste card. But I guess, like, a lot of people just, like, play Cleave Dive more than a Menagerie version. It kind of, like, does well. Like, a little better so far. Let's go with some mosquitoes, I guess. Just Piercer, Coin, Hero Power, right? Okay. Not too bad. What do we do next turn? Like, Dreadhound or Harbinger? I guess a Dreadhound is a little better against, like, his weapon out there. So let's do that. Next turn is probably Harbinger plus a Morbid Swarm. And let's see where it lands, right? Okay, so that is a no-win zone. As we're kind of like playing an aggro here. With gazillion, like, you know, small minions so far. So Ghost Knight for us for next turn. Well, he has to play something for us to actually play Ghost Knight here, fortunately. Or, you know, or do that. Or do that. Okay. At least that is some damage to his face. So kind of have an undead enemies here, right? Measure Jack is, you know, is something. Well, if you have all the board clears and then against an aggro and survive long enough for a Serpent to actually, like, you know, do some work for you, well, you know, it's not much you can do. We have to keep a Frost Strike here. Like, as crazy as it sounds, we have to keep a Frost Strike to actually kill that thing. Okay. The most winning deck on ladder right now, 1-4. And probably is going to be a 1-5. Nice, okay. Horizon's Edge. Well, let's see where it lands on. Maybe a 2 hits will score here. Nope. Nope, okay. Well, we need one more hit here. Okay. He'll be full health, but at least we'll, like, be able to actually deal with that stuff. I'm not sure what we're looking for in this game. Dreamplanner Zephrys. Dreamplanner Zephrys for Must Silence. It can be an option, though. Can be an option. So we need, like, a affect enemy battlefield, Mass Silence, and start to clear, right? Nope. Okay. Death Chill. Well, Death Chill is fine. Was a win. Well, we need cards, but this is much better. This is kind of much better. I hoped for one hit into the face, but it is what it is. Roll nice, bro. I guess now even like a Dreamplanner Zephrys just like doesn't help us so far too much. Like this couple of Menagerie jacks are like stuck there without a board. And it's gonna be cleared next turn anyway. Okay, fine. Let's go. Let's go for a second for the next game. Nothing to you know, nothing to catch here. No fish. No fish. I'm actually concerned here, like why this deck is kind of like performing this well? Because I don't really like see these decks against me that this deck actually targets like well. It's kind of like a bar. Might actually keep a Menagerie Jack here. But as soon as we like found out that if everything is kind of bad, okay, fine. If everything is kind of bad, we have like this Menagerie Jack actually stuck in our hand, like without being able to actually play it out. Murmy is a good stuff for us to play on turn 1. Now he knows for sure we have a Menagerie version. Let's see how it plays out. Infested Breath, so that's a suck DK. Okay. Death Shield is kind of like a really juicy card. Okay, let's go. Each time we actually discover it from a Frost Strike, I kind of want to keep it. King Mukla, so that's another Menagerie, really? Really? Have Brittlebone here. Eliza will, like, Brittlebone will not survive for Eliza here. Like 100% though. Do you like need a Frost Strike here? Do you like need a Frost Strike here? A couple of bananas is actually really good with a Death Chiller. I guess this is just better with a Ghost Knight. I guess we're waiting with a Brittlebone here just a little bit. That's another Menagerie, right? So all we need is just like to take control of the board. And for us to do that, I guess a Ghost Knight is kind of like good enough. How would you put like King Mukla like directly in your deck? Well, I guess that's a huge point. Not too bad. I mean. Okay, so we're potentially clearing the whole board here, right? Kind of like getting advantage here, right? Okay, kills that in a second. Gaining some kind of like advantage here, but he has Frost Strike, he has Corpsicle here. He'll be fine. He'll clear the board like 100% here. All we need right now is just to like summon as many minions as possible, and we probably need like a Brittlebone into a Harbinger. Nice Zill. Nice Zill, man. Sweet stuff, sweet stuff. We can kill it, right? We can kill it, but do I want that? That's my question here. Like, do I want to kill it though? Well, not really. Don't really want to kill it, but I guess I have to. But I guess I have to. He has a hero power plus a frost strike or Corpsicle into a Brittlebone here, but he has just like 2 mana left. Oh my god. He risks big time if this survives, you know. But it doesn't, right? But it just doesn't. Elemental here. Okay, let's go. Goes a Dark Gift, I guess. Maybe this is better, by the way. Just more aggressive. Like this. Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens here. Well, this is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet. Like, this is kind of like good against his Corpsicles, but this is a little better though, I think. We can buff. I guess it's a little more aggressive, so a couple of lands here. Plus we have like a Menagerie Jack next turn. It's an Elemental, Undead, and the Beast on the board, right? A Monstrous Winter in his deck. Really now? That's a weird list. But I guess it does kind of well, like specifically in the mirror. Specifically in the mirror. I'm gonna win big, bro. Airlock Breach is really good in the mirror zone. As soon as we play it out. Explosive Rules, okay. Okay, now that is a little better zone. Just a little better. Probably kills whatever he plays out. Because those are like not only spells, so he still has to be concerned about like a counter spell here. Like, has to be. Not sure if he will though. Nice. He checked for okay. Well, he checked for Freezing Trap, right? Okay, well, at least we kill that Sunny. At least that happens for us. Most intriguing, yeah, I know. I know, bro. Hero power into the face. That would be just like, you know, brilliant. That's actually pretty sweet. That is actually pretty sweet though. Oh my. That's a little better, I guess, right?
Hands off my dice.
Let's see where this lands. Now we actually have to do hero power, right? To actually clear that off. Okay, let's spend some corpse. Have an arrow breach for the next turn, which is a Draenei, right? Draenei for a Menagerie Jack is fine. Corpsicle. We have like billion corpses. Is there a Oracle? Interesting. So that is why he has like all of those weird cards, like a Merciless Winter here. Is that like an FFU? Oh, FFB. Okay, FFB version. Okay, fine. Now that makes sense. Now that makes sense. Marrow in his deck. In his husk. Well, that's a pretty solid stuff. Deals a lot of damage though. Horn of the Winter. Okay. Another Corpsicle. Well, I'm glad we have an Airlock Breach here. I'm glad we do. I kinda want this for now. Horn of the Winter. Do we need it? Not really. Another Eliza. Well, Stuffy is actually really good with the Corpsicle, right?
Hands off my dice.
Yeah, that's a lethal strat. Have to do it. That's a lethal strat here. Have to hit a base. He needs to find like a clear for at least one Black Knight in your deck. Have you seen something like this, like, ever before? Corpsicle. Dude, he actually found a full board clear, really? Best friends. That's weird. Hold on, we kind of like have a Stuffy here. Declares a board and just deal a gazillion damage. That's a lethal, right? Should be a lethal. Even more.
For the wars to come. Let this battle.
Let this battle be a testament of your prowess skill, right? Well, so far, like against like you know, simpler decks that are not like concentrating on actually controlling the board and gaining like gazillion health. This is kind of like a good deck. So I guess if you run into some other aggro a lot, like if you actually like face a lot of aggro matchups, this deck is actually doing pretty well because it kind of like fights for the board. But unfortunately, like as we witnessed against like something like a drunk paladin, this deck they might high roll a little more and just like you know, snowballs out of it. Because if they have like something to play on turn one, and you don't, they will probably like have all of those like gazillion buffs, and you will not be able to actually regain the tempo on a board against like that kind of like matchup. But when it comes to like other menagerie decks like a DK, something like a Demon Hunter Menagerie, this can be a really good answer. When it comes to like combo decks, something like as a Remy Priest, they don't really have like a lot of board clears. They have like one, as far as I remember. 2 copies of it, but still one. So they might just like not have the kind of like responses they need. Against other like controllers decks like a Death Knight with corpse explosions and all of that good stuff, you know, they have only corpse explosions that deal effectively with whatever you spawn there. But the other like board clears they have is kind of like what a Wild Pyro plus a Poison Breath, and this doesn't work like well against this deck. So I guess that is one of those like things that you have to consider. Well, as I said, like in the long term, right, in the long run, this deck has more than 20,000 games on it, played by people, and this is like the most like the best deck with a win rate of 57.2 so far globally, which is like the highest win rate for any deck like, you know, existing right now on the ladder. So, you know, make sure to try that out on your own. Like we tried that deck and it didn't go like this well as I expected it to, but you know, it's for you to find out how well it will do for you. But for now, that is it for BFU Menagerie DK.